Get in there, get in there. Okay, read it through, and now let's get going with the recap. Hi, my name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead. It's Monday, so lots to go over. I have to get in there quick. Earnings have been coming out. So first of all, let's just go right to the left here. So, this is Google. So this was the last time I did a quick little chart of it. Is what it is. You know, the earnings seemed a little light. The metrics were pretty good, but probably not enough for it to all of a sudden, continue to hold up where it was after a 4-day move like this. So that's why it's very important, guys, when we play option plays into numbers, when we like to buy them, we like to buy them when they're in the base here. So when it has a run into earnings, we can make it call spread, which is what I tweeted to you guys at 340. Bought the 1270s somewhere in here for like $22. And although I could have sold them, okay, they were 49, which was over 100%. I was like, you know what, I'm in it for numbers. That's the reason why. So I can't sell it now. So I sold the 1350s for 12 bucks. So I'm like, okay, so if it's not enough, or even if it's good, it's still going to it needs a hell of a damn report to get the 1350. If it's not enough, at least taking 12 bucks, we paid 22, so that would, we'd lose $10 in premium. Although obviously they're 40 something today. So if I would have sold it today, granted, they were higher, but you can't look at it that way. Look at when you bought it and then how you played it. And we couldn't have played it any really better except if we said, no, we're not going to take it into numbers. But that was the reason why we bought the the options. Now we could trade the stock tomorrow. So, if it was up at 1,400 on a solid report, yay, awesome. Now that it's down, I would say look into this spot after hours. It's like 1220-ish. And then maybe tomorrow, you make some money. Okay, if you remember Amazon, Amazon guys lost money in the options, but if you played the 1800s like we did, and we did it pretty well too with the call spread, and it went worthless because obviously it went down, not up. You could have bought the stock after the binary event, and look how it went green, and then today opened down, went green, took this out, and now it's all tight in here. So we play options in a way that makes sense, where it's calculated, and then we could trade the stock once the binary report's out of the way. And some work awesome, and some you lose a bit and then you trade around it, and sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Tesla was obviously awesome. Tesla was the one that we bought in here. You could have traded it after hours, and went from $1.75 to 15, and then we had two awesome trades. One was above here, if you remember, and then another one for some of you today. I actually shorted it. I didn't hold it for this big move down, but I'm flat. This little to me, this little, doji-ish seems like, it should put a little bit of rest here, considering where it came from. I'd love to see it rest for a while and then go again. Roku had a tremendous move today. I was not in it. I had so much going on anyway, but for those of you who bought it, in this spot here, you got paid well. If you didn't even buy it in there, you could have bought it through 139.59, which is what we were talking about in my morning note about the price. And then look, it went through 143. So, nice move there. Little gap now to put in here to see if it could hold. Moving forward. Let me make this straight. What a nice trading vehicle ever since here. Both ways. Remember, above the 8-day, here was where it said goodbye, no more actively longs, and then boom, 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 you're out of the way. And then right here was when we got back involved and started to, just engage it more. When stocks get back in play, we move it up the list, and this has been on the front and foremost for a few weeks now, as this active sequence has been very methodical. As far as the banks, a bit of a doji here, or whatever you want to call this. We've been long it since in here. I sold some, which I tweeted to above 32.10. I nibbled a little bit back. I did sell a little JP Morgan calls, thinking that it was a little extended from the 8-day. So I tweeted to you guys early in the day. I sold the 128s for like 45 cents-ish. So maybe, that was a good little hedge. I also am short a little Apple overnight. I haven't been short over Apple overnight in a while, and I'm, closed well, but I took small, so we'll see how that goes tomorrow if it opens up. And, now that it's extended, it does give you a way to add to it and trade around it. I think I'm up money, and I've been short Apple pretty much all day trading around it. So I don't know how I did that, but anyway, not a whole lot, but just in general. So we'll see how it goes. Earnings are on Wednesday. We'll not be short into the report, but I'm just thinking that, I could definitely trade around this. We'll see. Facebook will probably be I guess under a little pressure tomorrow because it usually trades with Google. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe that'll be buyable tomorrow. Snap was a great move. Wow, look at that from the red dog reversal there. Boarded here, added there. Now I'm back to very small. I guess we'll see. Does this, be some resistance? Three days. Day 1 you buy. Day 2 you add. Day 3 you sell some. That's my day count rule. Worked nicely considering we lost a little bit in here, made some back, and now it probably needs a little bit of time. The metals, came in a bit. We bought it on this day, sold some. You always sell some, so now I don't mind that it's trading around, and I'm right back to kind of where our cost was after booking a little bit. So it's kind of like another hedge. It's 421. There's a lot going on. Let me see what Google is right now at 421. 421. Google is trading at. Where is Google trading? Google is trading at 421. Down $24 at 1264. So, not horrible, but not going to be enough to, I would think, to make an all-time high tomorrow. If anything, it's good that we, created the call spread. So we'll see how it goes. Some said look at Twitter. Twitter I have no interest in yet, but it has been really battered and bruised. This zone is probably a better zone to buy than a sell. It's got to get there though. What I would do is I would probably take some longer term options into this spot because I'm sure that's when maybe some takeover rumors will happen, or whatever today's low is. Today's low is 29.75, so that's your new point of reference. To me, it's you could start some just if you want to watch it, but it's just not something you just not something that you overlook at now. Okay, it is what it is. Here it was above the 8 and 21 day. It was a nice trade. Here it was below this entire time prior to numbers, and now it's just in the penalty box. What did Netflix do today? Netflix, look at that, pretty symmetrical. Look at that. Got above this 275 and then 277, and then look, I drew this morning saying this was resistance. It's good to know where resistance is. It's good to know where the road starts to wind or some bumps show up. It doesn't always happen, but if at least you know where that is, you're not adding there, you're maybe reducing. Or if you're saying I want to shorten Netflix because it's still kind of broken, you wait till a compelling spot versus a noisy spot. And at this point, where to get as high as 285.75. So it is what it is. That said, it's just a trade based on the open. I feel it's still sort of broken. Gave you a day and a half long. Last time it did a broken bounce, it went for 3 days before getting really crushed. So we'll see what happens here. Coop, what did you do? Coming into resistance, a little broken bounce. TTD, what did you do? Tried to break above this. It's still kind of broken, but acting a tiny bit better. What did Boeing do? Boeing still tight. Disney, what are you doing? A whole lot of nothing still. Beyond reported after the close. I tweeted to you guys when it was at 99. I said, I'm going to buy a little Beyond. If maybe the headline says it's up 300%, whatever earnings, it'll you can get a squeeze. But what happened prior to the day? It went from down 250 to up 5. So we sold 3/4 of it. So I bought it at 3. I sold some at 4.5, 4 3/4, and 6 1/8. So now, if it's a zero, it's a zero. If it responded well, there was a little bit more to be made up to 120. It was trying to go green. There's just so many damn sellers in it. Let's see what Beyond is doing right now. The headline, is great growth, but it's still so damn overvalued. Down 8. Okay, so those 110s will probably be zero. Of course, they're doing some business. That's really it. Listen, lots of earnings happening. Moving forward. Google was not enough, but we'll see how it reacts tomorrow. Now that the earnings report's out of the way, we could see how maybe it rebuilds a day or two and then goes and they forget about it. We'll see. Apple's still Wednesday. Facebook is Wednesday. Things are on the move. Let's continue to not fall asleep, but also, take advantage of this new sequence or the sequence that's been happening since here. Remember, that this gap up, that was when the sequence started. Okay, we got above the moving averages and held it, and now it's been a nice move. It's just a little extended. Somebody asked me, I did buy this at the end of the day. Somebody pointed it out to me. It's been really battered and bruised, and I don't know what's happening in here, but there was a lot of volume, so maybe that's something. So when you're in a portfolio approach and you're making good money, don't lose your discipline and start just playing, off the beaten path stuff. But when you get a day one like this, sometimes it equals a day two. But let's not over focus on that. Microsoft, I'm still in it. Kind of held this 43.55 area. What's the low here? This low here is actually, where is Microsoft? That low is, let's get it accurate, 43.51. It was my best trade today, my best overnight. And now we'll see, does it hold this gap and make it easy to sit in for what could be some sideways action before more upside. I guess, the more we see these earnings reports happen, I guess there's really more you have to be impressed how Microsoft was so solid, on their earnings and their guidance. And now they won a $10 billion contract. So it just got above here. So you would think in time it could go more, but we'll see. So with all that said, I got to catch this ferry. I hope all is well. We'll see where things are in the morning. We'll continue to use our tier system. We'll continue to book profits. We'll continue to let some trailers go. And if they don't work, they don't work. That's why we take some profits. And if they do work, we get a little extra. And we'll keep navigating this range as there's still so much going on this week. So make sure you get some rest. See you soon.